I'm launching Wild Thoughts videos here. How wild are we going to get? As wild as we can handle. I'm willing to go all the way. Nothing is off topic. Nothing is not worth discussing. I mean, throw some things in the comments. What do you want to talk about that you think people are not talking about enough or people are afraid to discuss down to the depths of the sources, the very roots of what make things the way they are? That's what's exciting to talk about. Honesty, bare, raw truth as you see it. They say your truth. Well, everybody does have their own perspective. What is your perspective? And how much do you challenge your own perspective? How many times do you wake up and say, am I really right about the things that I'm 100% most sure about? And to play devil's advocate with yourself. Say, what if the person who thinks the opposite of me is actually the one who's right, and I've been mistaken this whole time? Are you willing to do that with your most deeply held beliefs? Because if you are, and you plumb the depth of your willingness to be honest, it'll make you a strong, sound, secure, powerful person. Because then whatever's left, whatever beliefs you have that stand the test of that kind of crucible, of that kind of fiery purging, whatever's left will be even more solid and strong, and you can hang your hat on that. You can base your life around those beliefs, and you don't have to be tossed left and right by, well, am I really sure? Most people don't live by principles to start with. Or do they? I don't even know if that statement is accurate. But I get a funny sense that the majority of people go with the crowd and go with their feelings and go with whatever is the path of least resistance. Most people kind of get on a track and just move with it. Wherever the crowd is kind of pushing them, they're kind of like someone bowling with bumper things in the gutters. So there's no danger because there's no way to hit a gutter ball. No matter how you roll it, the ball is going to bounce back and forth and it's going to hit some pins down. Instead of being brave enough to take those boundaries away and aiming straight center and trying to get a strike like the pros do and the people who believe in themselves do, most people I think are playing what they call gutter ball, which is really for little kids. It's like riding a bike with training wheels. And what they're basically doing is they're not making choices for their own lives. They're kind of falling into whatever opportunities come to them and just kind of moving with it. And every day they wake up and they just do what's expected of them from everybody else. They don't wake up and say, how can I challenge myself and forge a path that nobody expected? How can I go out there and find the things, the ideas, the crazy paths that nobody is looking at? And I think the world works in a way that you need the majority of people to basically be doing that. Or do you? Is that statement even accurate? What if more people, let's say, what if 5% of people do the crazy ambitious stuff and go out into the unknown, and the other 95% are just sticking within the boundaries of what life expects from them, what their family expects, what their friends expect, with the safe and easy route? What if instead of 5%, what if 15% of people tried the wild or crazy thing? Would that make life more dangerous, or would it make life more exciting? Would we progress even faster? Because the truth is, and I believe this next statement, 5% of people, or whatever percentage it is, that do the outlier stuff, the crazy stuff, the stuff that's way outside the boundaries of what people expect, the people who risk being ridiculed and called stupid, called names, the people who risk being misunderstood, the people who risk, while pushing through all the doubt and the fear that they create for themselves and going out and forging a new path, those are the people who ultimately cause us as a society to progress, to become better, to find a better path. They end up being the heroes who save those who are falling through the cracks because there are imperfections in our society. There are things that are not right. And they're the ones who end up fixing. They find the solutions. They find the better path. They lead us forward. Those are the heroes. What would happen if more of you switched from being someone who stays within the lanes of what's safe to someone who's more brave and tries more heroic things? Are we all built for that? Am I encouraging some of you to do something dangerous that might not be good for you? It might not work out well. I will absolutely tell you that when you forge a path outside of the norm, you will run into more danger. You will run into risks. And for some people, that will cause calamity. Maybe not calamity, but it will cause some problems. But is that less bad or less of a danger than just staying within your lane? Those people who stay within their lane at the end of their life, if they're honest, Are they happy for how they lived, or do they regret not taking more risks, not moving off the beaten path more? I don't know the answer to that. I just know for me, it's what makes my heart beat. It's what makes me pop out of bed, no matter how tired I am. It's what makes me stay up all night working on something, is forging that path that nobody else is, finding the loopholes that nobody else found, and discovering exciting things that nobody knows are there yet. Like in any endeavor, I might not be a deep sea diver, but when I read about that one deep sea diver who went a little deeper than all the others and found a new layer of the ocean that had stuff that nobody knew it was there before, and it changed all the science books because now everything is different and he proved it. That's a guy I want to read about, and that inspires me because I want to do that. I want to do that in every endeavor that I choose to pursue, and maybe I'll only choose to pursue one. But there's about 5 things that I'm really confident that I'm good at. And of those 5 things, I would love to purge each one, to push deep, and to go off the beaten path and discover new things to bring back to show society, to say, look what I found when I looked where everyone else was afraid to look. Look what I found. Does that mean I'm going to be ridiculed? Absolutely. I was a little brave in some silly comments on the internet, and every time I get a little brave on certain subjects and I say what I think needs to be said that nobody's saying, not only do I get people disagreeing, I'm fine with that, but I get people coming at me, so angry. They'll come up, they'll look for ways to physically or emotionally hurt me, not just disagree with me. They want to hurt me. They get so angry that I would dare disagree with them on this particular topic. So it's fascinating. It's deeply, deeply fascinating, but it takes some bravery. Are you going to be brave? Are you going to come with me on this trip and be brave? How brave should we get? How brave can we handle in the discussion? Let's find out. It's a little scary, but is it exciting? What do you think?